Yellow Rabbit back on location in Sheffield city centre, and it's February the 4th 2026. Last time I finished at the Dove and Rainbow, so probably I'm trying to do the city centre area by area, everything that's inside the ring road, but obviously that's a bit of a challenge. The Crucible Theatre, walking down, what is this, Norfolk Street? Is it Norfolk Street? Yeah, I think. It's a dull day and it's raining, but I wanted to get some filming in. I'll be coming back. The chapel walk's behind me, but I'm going to be doing that at a later time, I think. I'm going to be repeating some areas because to get to new areas I've got to walk through some of the old ones, but I'm going to try and make it as exclusive as possible by the O2 Academy, which has been closed for years. Apparently it's going to be reopening. I think it's got concrete rocks. But I don't know. It's quite foggy actually. Looking up at the top of that building, you can see it's misty. The O2 Academy, looking very sorry for itself. It used to be Roxy's nightclub, of course. Before that it was the top rank. It's also been what else was it? Oh, Barry Noble's Roxy it was also known as. Yeah, Barry Noble's Roxy back in the late 80s and early 90s. So we're on this Arundel Gate. Yep. The Odeon and the O2 Academy with a new building behind it. I don't know what that is. That wasn't there a few years ago. Things spring up so spontaneously. Wherever you look, there's new stuff. Have a quick look at the Odeon. Tank. What's that? Is that a nightclub? I think it must be. I'm completely out of touch, you know. This once was called the Fiesta nightclub, I think it was, back in the 70s. Very popular. Now you used to be able to get onto the balcony here and walk around the side of what was the top rank, but can't do that anymore. In the 70s you could walk all the way around there. It wasn't gated, and look down over the bus station, but you can't do that now. So over the next week I'm probably coming into town quite a lot because my car's off the road. Needs a inlet manifold, which has got to be ordered, so going to be without that for a week. So a bus ticket and taking into you know, the delights of downtown Sheffield. Ah, that's right. I remember coming down here when I was at school at King Edward's. We used to get a bus down into town, get a sandwich and walk around here, because you could walk all the way round the side of the top rank, as I said, looking down over the bus station. Back in the 70s they didn't have health and safety. You could walk on balconies like that. There was no restrictions, none. But it looks like the O2 Academy is having some work done on it. Don't know what though. So my project continues. I'm trying to film as much as I can inside the ring road. North, south, east and west, and of course the very central bit. Not in any particular sequence, might be jumping like a rabbit all over the place. Odeon Lux. Doesn't look very open. See the mist at the top of that tower block there? I don't know if it will come out on camera. It has been quite a misty day. It's supposed to be raining later, but I hope not. Arundel Gate, Castle Square, the hole in the road is to the right, the railway station, bus station this way. I'm going to do a whole day's filming at the bus station eventually. Part of Sheffield Hallam University down there, the Adsetts Centre. When it was a city polytechnic, the library was further over. It was actually just off Pond Street, a little further down, but that building's been demolished. So we're alongside the internationally famous Sheffield Hallam University. Money in a brown envelope, please. To me. The Millennium Gallery over there, we will do that at some point. Another grey day. So this is Howard Street, and that's Sheffield Hallam University. The Owen building. I have been in there. Not with the camera though. There's the Globe. It used to be a Scream pub. don't think screen pubs exist anymore. Student hub. Interesting. So walking down Howard Street. Sheffield Midland Station just down there. What's this? This seems to be part of... this is Sheffield Hallam University. These I think are new buildings that have come up in the last few years. These weren't here the last time I walked down this road. They really weren't. And that's still there. That used to be the National Centre for Popular Music that I think was it built in the late 1980s? I think it was. It didn't last long as the National Centre for Popular Music. I think it was open for a couple of years at the most. It kind of failed. And then it was empty for ages, and Sheffield Hallam University took it on. And the Student Union was based there. And they've built these new buildings since then. So this is part of the campus for Sheffield Hallam. Redmires. You know, before, when this was the Sheffield Hallam University Students' Union, it was surrounded just by a big car park. So I think these buildings are kind of on where part of that was. Not sure. As you can see, what an iconic building made of metal. I think it's known locally as the Kettle. That looks like it's closed now. Yeah, Sheffield Hallam University moved out, and it's now just, looks of it, completely empty. Yeah, you used to walk in through doors here. There was a bar there through those windows. So let's walk all the way around the Kettle, simply because it's here. The hubs. Yeah, it definitely looks abandoned. Emergency lighting only in there. Oh, I don't know what's going to become of this building now. Don't know what kind of condition it's in structurally, but it's so iconic. So we're on Howard Street, just near the Showroom cinema, which is there. And The workstation is there. The former Students' Union is here. I walked near here when I was filming the Porter Valley Trail. Back in the late summer last year, when it wasn't freezing cold like it is today. The site gallery. Is that a cafe in there? Oh, I fancy a coffee. I'm probably going to go to Costa though, because I collect the points so I can get free coffees. Extra time, sports bar and grill. Definitely extra time, it's closed. I haven't planned these routes, I'm just walking, see where I get to. We're now in the Cultural Industries Quarter. Nice name, but where's the culture? Oh, I guess it's there. A little bit of culture there. We're walking past the Rutland Arms, a very old pub on Brown Street. And a few good nights in there, actually. Been in for ages. It's a great building. Let's walk up Arundel Lane. Literally, I'm trying to do it street by street. Now, if I was doing it properly, I'd have some kind of on-screen map telling you exactly where I'd walked, but I'm not. I'm just taking the raw footage and putting it on YouTube. I've decided not to overlay it with old photographs because it's just too big of a project to do. And really, like when I did in Rivlin Valley on the Porter, I'm really interested in capturing things as they are now, 2026, for this Sheffield city centre. Cellars and Wheel Studios. So we're back the other side of the National Centre for Popular Music, aka formerly the Hubs, Sheffield Hallam University. Brown Lane. That's a nice old road. Let's walk up there in a minute. Let's just see where we are here. Another lovely old building here. This is a pub, isn't it? We're on Charles Street. This looks like it might have been a pub at one time, but I don't know. I love artwork on the side of walls. Some of it can be terrible, some of it can be good. This is Arundel Street down there.
Okay, try this one because come on, it's toasted.
This is Brown Lane that I looked up just now. Oh, a really old building there. You know, you've really got to walk around the back streets of the city centre to find these places. Not looking in the best condition. I wonder what that used to be. Another old building. Brown Lane. Right, so we've done down here. At some point later this year I'm actually going to go inside Sheffield Hallam University and wander about with the camera. But I'm more interested in the externals, particularly old school Sheffield, these old sort of maybe ex-industrial buildings that are in disrepair. So let's go up the second part of Brown Lane. Again, some old industrial buildings here on the left. Compare that with a new building, or new-ish. Brown Lane, never knew it was here. I wonder what these are now. They could be apartments or something. So back out on Charles Street. This is really what old Sheffield would have been like. Lots of narrow, interconnected roads. And these would have all been industrial factories. More factories and offices. Building up there called The Gate. Looks a newish building. The Gate. No idea.
I think I could go without my degree.
So Froggatt Lane. It's another road. I never knew this existed. The quaint old buildings around here. Bet they look really nice when it's dark with the illuminated windows. So going back up Froggatt, see where it comes out. Looks like it comes out on Arundel Gate actually. So yeah. See what else we can find around here. I love these back streets. I'm sure most people don't even know these sort of streets exist because there's no shops here. It's just kind of around where Sheffield Hallam University is. Froggatt Lane. Great name. What's this road? Is this still Brown Lane? I'm not sure. That's very 60s and 70s, that bridge linking the buildings there. Used to be quite a lot of those. Clay Lane. It's got an industrial feel to it, although I don't think Sheffield was ever famous for clay, but you can tell these were once industrial units. Could have been machine shops.
The yellow